I think, once you hit the level of stardom that they have reached, every tree leaf becomes like a log. So I can't speak to what happened relative to him and his boys. That's for them. I'm in the public. All I can see is the result of what happened. You have two parents, a father working two jobs and teaching by night. A father who's dreaming and making his children dream and cultivate their dreams. So when the dust settles, what you have is the number one musical family in the world. Now, could they have done that without a father at home? I don't think so. Could they have done it without having to choose music practice over playing ball? I don't think so. Could they have done it without the father screaming at them sometime, like coaches do? I don't think so. Could they have done it without a lot of sacrifice? I don't think so. And I think, given the margin of error, I think that the tie goes to the parents by raising a marvelous family. So what I know is, no Joe and Catherine, no Jackson 9. Without Joe's musical inclination and his discipline, no Jackson 5. Other kids out playing ball in unstructured ways. His kid had to be in the house working on their music lesson, which had to be learned. All I know is that household left Gary with 9 children intact, none of them in jail and trapped in gang warfare in these streets. So I have to deal with what I know. They say Joe's a tough disciplinarian. Well, to what extent I don't know, but many fathers are. My father won the best of the battles with me, and for that I love him. My mom would tell me to go and make my switch, and then whip me because she loved me. She'd do it so the police wouldn't do it. I mean, I heard that stuff. Beat you because I love you. Real crazy stuff, but it worked. And so I do not know to what extent that has been amplified beyond reality. All I do know is you have 6 tough boys, and they leave that house disciplined and not in the street trouble. Something has happened. When those boys leave your house able to sing in tune and walk in step and perform, because their daddy was their music teacher and the disciplinarian, it says a lot about the result of whatever happened within that house. I regret that he could not see the love shown for him these last few days. I just wish that what is now a reaction to his death could have been, he could have felt some of this love, because being an artist, he was sensitive to being appreciated and hurt when feeling rejected. And so he was a very sensitive person. I think a kind and decent person. Now Michael is dead, and that's a lot to say. We should let him rest and now build upon his legacy. But Michael deserves that rest, and what a great legacy we have to build upon. he came out of the house one morning. Wow, yeah, 8 o'clock in the morning. Kind of eased in, maybe 7:30 or 8. And so, and I thought that maybe, you know, all my neighbors were going to work, I thought. And he was talking to my wife. He wrote on the side of the wall, you know, I love you to the Jackson family, Michael Jackson. We were just having a little fun. And looked out the window. People running down the streets with pin coats in their hair, with the bathrobes on. Said, Michael's in the house. Said, Michael's in the house. I mean, within an hour, people, 500 people from 10 blocks away. I mean, Michael, you know, one of those moments. And tonight, what we saw here in Gary was this awesome body of talent. When the Jacksons left, talent didn't leave, they left. I mean, that's every dance move Jackson and Michael ever did, these kids are doing it in Gary. Tonight, this was an awesome talent show where children here were able to do Thriller, Beat It, the dance moves, the sing, kids from 6 years up. This was a fabulous show. And many was better than Hollywood. Hollywood, you had polished stars. Here you had diamonds in the rough, just as Michael was. When I first met Michael, they were performing for Dick Hatcher's inauguration in 1967. We were doing the expo a few years later, and Junius Griffin said, we need to get these kids on the show. I said, there's no room for them. We got Quincy Jones, Sammy Davis, Nancy Wilson, and all these people. And so he said, well, at least the kids want to touch your afro. So I went downstairs, and they were in this station wagon driven by their dad, and with a U-Haul attached to it, the guitars and drums in the back. Just let my boys perform. Can I, Mr. Jackson? You got it. And they did. And they took it. You know, but I saw them at that stage. And from there to Thriller, to We Are the World, to great works in Africa, and then an athlete, entertainer, businessman who set the pace for all of us. And so that's the reason why the world said, you're the king, and here's your crown. Because no one could do or ever did it better.